What's up, dudes? How's it going today? dakblake here. Today, we're looking at secret Poppy Playtime monsters. That's right. Today is going to be a little bit different because we are going to be looking at information that people really don't even get to see. I was recently accepted into their, partner program. So Mob Entertainment, the creators of Poppy Playtime, accepted me into their creator program, and they gave me a bunch of information to basically be like, here, show people. So, I'll try to be your source of cool information, but today we get to see a lot. So I wanted to start it here. This is our mod that we did before a long time ago, kind of just giving us a little bit of a preparation for when we go into chapter 3 for Poppy Playtime, but it just gives you an idea of what could be, and that's what all this information is. It's what could be, because game development is crazy. You get a lot of ideas and then you're like, you know what, none of this, I don't want any of this. Such as this. They have a whole folder of chapter 2 and chapter 1 behind the scenes concept art showing us how they made everything. So let's begin here with all of these pictures. I think I'm starting on chapter 2. We'll kind of work backwards, which it's weird, but you know what? I want to see this one. So this looks like a crazy crafting machine. Do you see? Each one of these is like a baby head. That's what it looks like. I do remember back in the day, you used to be able to hack into the game and find a secret baby head level. I think that's what they were trying to go for, like a creepy element, and I think it was scrapped. And I think that's what this is. We just have the baby head 3D printer. It goes down a line. They spray some paint on it, and then it's either it's decided to go one way or another, and boom. I guess in this picture, it kind of just drops off a cliff. This is so cool. We get to see kind of the behind the scenes. I think other YouTubers have maybe already talked about this because I barely got into the program, but I mean, this is amazing. This is like another side view. I think if we keep going, it'll show early concept art for the game. Oh, like this, what is this? There's like a video. Oh, it's showing off everything and how it looked. Oh, and then we get to the old chapter 2 area. I do think that they talked about this as well in another video. I can't remember, but they were thinking about making this entire place split in half. You could even see it here, like a sun and moon thing, but it kind of feels almost too close to Five Nights at Freddy's with sun and moon. But I mean, look, it's a little bit different than what you would expect. You could see the remnants of what we actually get to see in the game versus, what they were trying to go for. I think this is actually in the game right here, these two pillars, but I don't know if all this other stuff is. Plus, it's super empty. Here, let me just go back into the game here. I'm gonna open this up. Let's look at this. Man, it feels so cool to be back in this game. But look, it is a lot different. See, they were going for more of look at how wondrous it is. It's magical with stars and the moon and the sun. And then they made it all dark. Then you go back and they just made an observation area up here. Everything is the spider webby, everything's hanging. They really took away that whole wondrous feeling and turned it into people are watching you, which honestly I like a lot better. Oh yeah, here's a good picture of this. So I think we've seen some of this stuff before, but man, I mean, that is creepy though. So they also have old concept art as well. Oh man, and look at this one. I want to see those monsters that they never put into the game, and we're gonna see them. But this is even an earlier concept, as you can see, a creepier sun and moon. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was totally revamped. It's all drawn over. This is what I do when I take things in Photoshop. Warm, cold. Oh, wow. It's another concept art. It's so crazy because right now for chapter 3, there's probably a giant folder of concept art that we've never seen because it's gonna spoil stuff, right? But this is for chapter 2. To think that at some point somebody was drawing all these things, what's chapter 2 gonna be like, Oh wow, the first ever train drawing. This is so cool. So they knew exactly how they wanted it to look. I mean, there's even the train right there. What's weird is that they really were relying heavily on making these baby heads a thing, and they just deleted that whole idea. They just got rid of this whole concept, it feels. They even have the baby heads and some liquid here that was supposed to be used in it. Just a dude standing in a restock area, just alone. He's like, where am I? Oh, look at this. It says walls translucent, just so you can see what's going on in the picture. So it's gonna be like an encased thing. So what is this in chapter 2? Maybe this idea was scrapped as well. You had like a control panel and you had to like grab things, it looks like. Oh, I see. And you could jump over the fence to go and collect stuff, but maybe you had, maybe there's a mini game before of like working these machines. So, oh yeah, it says right here, machine paints doll heads that come out of molds. Molds rotate until liquid plastic covers every inch of the mold and solidified, squirting out melted hot plastic into the baby head molds, plastic melter, plastic pellets, and the big machine organizes them on the side to dry. So this is what we saw in that first picture. Whoa, they have the foam pit for PJ Pugapillar. They even made it here in this image. Wow, so to see all the concept art come to life, I can imagine even this area, the easy, normal, and hard area in PJ Pugapillar, that is exactly how they did it. So I think we talked about this in a episode a long time ago. This is actually another secret concept for Mommy Longlegs. I'm sure you know this one, but Mommy Longlegs originally was gonna be this, like a spider-looking character that had like 4 arms and all that stuff, but then they were like, what if we change that entire concept, make her pink and stretchy instead? And honestly, I can't think of Mommy Longlegs any other way other than her pink stretchy self. This would not be as creepy. Like imagine if Mommy Longlegs came out and the first time we saw her, she's like, I'm Mommy Longlegs, fear me, and she just looks like that. And she kind of just looks like almost a too happy of a villain. And then I don't know what this is. What is this? This is in the same chapter 2 folder. It's just a baby in like a duck costume. I have no clue. I think that's the last picture in chapter 2, just to confuse you. All right, so now we're back in chapter 1. So refresh your minds about what you know about chapter 1 now. So think there, don't even think about chapter 2, pretend like that hasn't even happened yet. This is the concepts that they were thinking of when they were just barely making the game. So this looks like a brand new area, like a ball pit that you had to maybe like climb across, you know, almost like the monkey bars. You're just going across there, and it was designed in the style of a snake, you know, everything playground themed, and I guess they just got rid of it. Oh wow, they even have little like cutout figures and you have to go through a maze. This kind of looks like what they used in PJ Pugapillar's area, but like the concepts are there. Oh yeah, they thought of this in chapter 1. This is the PJ Pugapillar thing. Oh, and then we have this guy. I forgot what his name was, but he was really, I guess, cool to see in chapter 1. We like would pick him up and kind of throw him around. I don't even know what his name was. His name was Boogiebot. That's what I think. Yeah, and look, this character was made, but it was never like turned into a real thing. It was just kind of like a toy. Oh man, it seemed to be like it was gonna be a bigger thing. Oh, is this Candy Cat? Hold on. Okay, so these are all very early concepts. Brawn as well. Is Brawn just gonna be a concept? Is Brawn never gonna be like a character? I've always wondered. We thought that he was gonna be like something bigger, but I guess not. They even gave him so much emotion. Oh, and this one, that's, what is it? Catbee. Catbee, honestly, in all of chapter 1, you've probably watched me play a bunch of mods for chapter 1. Well, and if you haven't, check them out, they're cool. But Catbee was the one that you had to use to unlock Huggy Wuggy. You basically put that in the machine, Huggy Wuggy's door opened up, and you walked in and you said hi, and then he captured you, you ran away. But I guess the concept for Catbee was gonna be like something like much scarier. Like maybe this is what Catbee looked like, but then like all of a sudden, like, you know, the head could twitch, it could come to life, and it could just turn into that thing. What? This is crazy. You know what I want to do? We kind of have like a theme of trying to turn characters into like, try to bring them to life in game, and I use like AI and Photoshop and all that stuff. Maybe in just a sec, I'll try to see if I can bring this to life. I gotta see what it looks like. Oh, and then they have the original Huggy Wuggy mouth. Oh, I think maybe this is what they wanted him to look like. I think when they went for the initial Huggy Wuggy, his mouth is closed and he's just smiling. But the old concept seems to have no teeth, mouth open, and then when he's really smiling, he shows his teeth. Oh, and he doesn't have like tentacle tongues or anything, or eyes in his mouth, but I think this is just where they landed. So I guess before we go on, I want to see if I can make an AI, what is it, Catbee thing. All right, so I spent like the last like 30 minutes trying to do this. So I'm in Photoshop now, and I have the concept art here, and here is what I guess my AI tried to like bring to life render is. So let's see it in 3, 2, 1, boom. There we go. You know what? It kind of is okay. I tried to do some stuff. You could see even like, I tried to move things around. The edges are all curved. I tried to alter what this AI render looks like, but this kind of feels like you could see what it would look like in the game, right? Like, imagine seeing this thing. It's kind of cool, you know? It's bad. I feel like a lot of my AI renders and Photoshop stuff is bad. This one is okay. It's okay. Man, to see though Catbee, that is like one of my favorite concept characters, kind of like brought to life in a creepy way. Really cool. And then just imagine like walking around in game and you just see like Catbee on the floor right there. She's just staring up at you like,
hi, I see you're doing stuff. Mind if I join?
Man, this is fun. We're just going through, hanging out, looking at concept art, seeing all these like secret monsters. I think they wanted Catbee to be a monster at first. Man, they drew a lot of Catbee too. Oh, and this was like an initial concept for the toy machine coming out. What is this? I don't think we've ever seen this. There's like toys that are like wind up toys that are gonna move. Maybe they thought of an initial concept where like toys would like, you know, like kind of walk forward or shake or maybe even like roll past you as they stare with their big eyes. Look, I can imagine that being really creepy. And this is the initial concept for the grab pack. It says the player wears a glass case on their back. Inside is a spool with a bungee cord wrapped around the spool. This contraption has two guns, one on either side. The spool has holes on both ends as well as near the ends for the cords to slide through. They have like, it's like actual, like they're actually gonna build it in real life almost. Shoulder straps, cord travels throughout the gun. The longer the trigger is held down, the more cord is shot out. The cord travels through this tube. Wow. And then they have a little drawing. Oh man, I love that drawing. It's so like rough. Like this was like an idea, you know, just in somebody's head, like, oh, you know what, let's do that. The original concept for Poppy. Whoa, Brawn, Catbee, another Brawn with emotions. It seems like they wanted to make Brawn an actual character. I mean, they put a lot into the emotion of it. More of Brawn, more of Boogie Bot. Whoa. Gumball Cat. So this is not even Candy Cat. Mechanics. Gumballs are placed inside the toy from the hatch on its back. The tail acts as a lever to dispense the gumballs. Gumballs are dispensed from its mouth, rolling to the bottom of its tongue. How would this be used in game? Is this just purely a toy and nothing about the game, you know? They're like, hey, we made a new toy. Movement. The toy has 3 wheels on its chest and stomach and move forwards. The front wheel can rotate. So they just tried to make a toy out of this thing. I don't think this was ever going to be a monster. I mean, I don't know. There's some concepts here that look kind of creepy. I can imagine this one, just add some more teeth in there, make the eyes a little bit bigger and widen the mouth. Boom, you got a scary monster. Whoa. And they actually like rendered it all out. Do we ever get to see this in game? Like, in the rejected toys area? Maybe we can go to the rejected toys area in just a second and see if any of these concepts have been made to come to life. They put a lot of time into this. Oh, and Poppy. Man, Poppy looks so shiny too. They made Boogie Bot. Oh, wow. I think they made him so he could like walk as well with more concepts. I wonder if they'll ever bring any of these characters to like actual monster creation. I don't know. So they sent this as well with all of the information, all the behind the scenes, and they were like, a lot of these ideas were just scrapped though. So what you're seeing is basically monsters, concepts, ideas that have all just disappeared, never been made reality. But maybe in the back of the developers' minds, they could bring some of these to life in the future. This could be kind of a glimpse of something that could be, you know? But I do think a lot of them were just like, don't feel like doing that anymore. So with the idea now that Catbee was probably initially supposed to be a monster, let's go back to the rejected toys area and see. So it almost, oh yeah, Catbee's right here. So is there more of Catbee? Wait, there's the toy right there. So all of this stuff is kind of a glimpse of like what actually could be. Maybe we could see something that could be in chapter 3. Yeah, they really wanted to design all of these characters to come to life, but they never did. Oh, I think a big one of that is Daisy. Do you remember Daisy? Daisy was actually supposed to be Bunzo. The Bunzo, you know, the clapping bunny that comes down was supposed to be Daisy coming down instead. But you know what? I do think that Bunzo's a little better. It's so strange. And then we got this guy. Oh man. We got Sir Poops a lot. I think this was just a joke toy. He's a great toy though. Gotta get a Sir Poops a lot, you know? Whoa, you know what's strange? There's a purple cat toy. I mean, if you have a thought there, that could be almost like a little hint of, hey, a purple cat in the future. Catnap right there, you know, the head's off and there's like nothing to signify that it would be catnap, but I mean, what else would it be? I mean, it almost reminds me of the gumball cat here that kind of is like the same model, but they purposefully made this one purple. And I think that's the only version of that. Oh wait, no, there's another one here. Maybe though that's not true because they do just call this one Candy Cat Broken. So I guess it's just a purple candy cat. Imagine though if they updated this game without telling anybody and there's like a secret toy in here somewhere that like we've never seen. There's like way too many toys to count. But yeah, these concepts are really cool and I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do in chapter 3. It's kind of sad though that chapter 3 has been delayed for so long. Again, I do think that it's better to get delayed and they improve things than them to just release the game. But I think it's gonna be in like January. You know what? Maybe like January 10th. That'd be a good beginning, but I don't think so. Actually, you know what? They did say after the first week of January. I mean, that's like, well, I don't know, how does that work? Is that a week or two in? Hey, that would be like the Wednesday of the second week. Oh, you know what? It would probably be a Friday, maybe the 12th. But yeah, I think this was just more of a shorter video, more of just kind of talking, hanging out, looking at some stuff. What do you guys think? Do you think that there's gonna be anything of these in chapter 3? Probably not, right? I mean, they can't really like modify Huggy Wuggies or anything. Maybe they could bring Catbee to life in like a different way and you see maybe a glimpse of Catbee. Who knows? I guess here's to hoping. As for everything else, I think it's just gonna be all brand new. And in fact, maybe this is the most important clue of all. Who is this baby? And why is he dressed up as a duck? He looks like he's ready to punch something. Wait, maybe this is something to do with the orphanage? I don't know. But I guess this was the chapter 2 behind the scenes concept. I don't think this has anything to do with chapter 3. But I think I'm gonna leave it here. Hopefully you enjoyed. We had a great time here today. We even brought that like crazy Catbee secret monster thing to life. Maybe we can see something in chapter 3. But I'm excited, I'm hyped. Let me know what you guys think about chapter 3 and also leave your suggestions about like your theories about what might even happen. But I'm excited, I got accepted into the program. So if there's anything I can share, I will share it with you. So yeah, subscribe, join the dakblake, go towards 3 million subscribers. I thank God every day I'm able to do things like this and I want to make you smile every single day. So hopefully I can in that next episode. I'll see you there. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, peace out, my dudes.